Hey guys, it's Marissa and welcome to another video. Today I'm just going to be doing a quick Q&A off of my Facebook page. I asked you guys to ask me some questions that you had and that I was going to answer them. So I'm just going to jump right into it and get started. Question number 1. How important is cardio and how often should I be doing it? And then how many rest days should I take a week from working out? Cardio is pretty important. I think that it helps build endurance and is really good for like body fat loss. So I think that you should do it at least twice a week, 1 to 2 times a week, and I don't think you should do it every day because I think cardio is good, yes, but I think weight training and high intensity interval training is a lot more important than cardio just because it's just different types of training and you don't want to be running every day for like 45 minutes to an hour when you could just be doing cardio like twice a week for 30 minutes. Plus it's really bad on your joints and you don't want to be doing that. So 1 or 2 times a week. And how many rest days a week should I take from working out? If you are newer to exercise, I recommend working out 3 days a week to start and then rehabbing your muscles, stretching the rest of the time. And if you're like more into fitness and are familiar with fitness, you should probably train maybe 5 to 6 days a week, or just, I don't know, take like maybe 2 rest days a week to rehab your muscles. Alright, here's another one. What is your favorite vegetarian and vegan or /vegan item to order at a restaurant? Okay, well I am vegan, so I'm gonna go with vegan item. There's a lot of restaurants around here that I like. There's like a little cafe down the street and it's like vegan, vegetarian. I just order a tofu scramble and it's pretty good for breakfast. Comes with potatoes and this bread with jam. Or I can like go to like this vegan restaurant, vegetarian restaurant in Ann Arbor, and there's one in Detroit too, and I love the, it's not healthy, but it's like a cauliflower, sweet and sour chicken thing. It's supposed to be like a sweet and sour chicken recipe, but it's like cauliflower, and it is so good, but it's like really bad for you, so yeah, that's another good option that I like to have when I'm like feeling kind of like risque. Also, I like to substitute out like things at Chili's. Like I'll order like those black bean tacos instead of like the chicken tacos or the fish tacos. So I'll just like swap out items on that just to make it vegan. So it's pretty convenient. You can normally do that at like every restaurant instead of ordering just like a salad, but I mean if there is no options, like if you're at like a Coney Island or something, just order a salad with like Italian dressing. But yeah, I mean, mostly when you go out to restaurants, they'll accommodate you. Just find like items to switch on the menu or like plan ahead. Is it difficult to be vegan if you haven't ever thought about it? And is it more expensive? It is difficult at first when you don't really understand much about being vegan. I mean, I jumped right into it, but it can be very difficult when you have to like read all the nutrition labels and like understand like what gelatin is, what casein is, what whey is, like all that kind of stuff. Is it more expensive? No, veganism is not more expensive. It's only more expensive when you like start buying mock meats and stuff and mock cheeses and all those like luxury vegan items like ice cream and shit. So no, it is not more expensive. I literally spent like $80 on groceries for like 2 weeks and it was amazing. Thus I just bought fruits and veggies like bananas, oranges, zucchini, all that stuff. So it's not more expensive unless you go for like the mock meat kind of stuff. But meat in general is expensive, so mock meat is just kind of like the same. If you're gonna like make a lifestyle change, it's basically the same thing if you're gonna buy mock meat in accordance to like regular meat. What are some simple things to do to get back on track to losing weight? Well, I recommend meal prep. You definitely want to do that. Get your macros and calories in check. Calories in versus calories out. Make sure you're exercising like in accordance like how much you're consuming. I mean, if you're just gonna jump right back into working out like high intensity, all that stuff, I don't recommend doing that. I recommend like easing yourself back into it so you don't like overwhelm yourself or get hurt. Just find a plan, stick to it, and take it from there. What are your personal favorite foods to turn to when you're having a snack attack? Okay, well, I like Oreos and Pringles, as you saw in my what's in my fridge and pantry video. I do like those a lot. But when I'm having like a snack attack, I kind of want to aim for like eating fruit because I know if I'm like craving sugar, my body's like, oh, like I need glucose to the brain, like I need something. So I tend to go for like natural sugar more than processed sugar. when your body's craving something, it means that you haven't eaten enough, or like your body is like lacking in some kind of like nutrient or sugar. Obviously it's your brain signaling you that like, hey, I need something. So I tend to go for fruit, but if I'm like feeling, you know, I don't want to be healthy that day, I'm gonna go for some freaking Oreos. That's what I'm gonna do. So yeah, just have like snacks on hand too if you're like on the go, like carrots and hummus, or like grab a banana from like 7-Eleven or something. Yeah, it's pretty good. Or a Cliff Bar. Cliff Bars are good, but they're also processed, so I don't know. Many people view veganism as a trend. What are just a few of the many benefits that being vegan does for the society/world that makes us want to be vegan and not trendy? I do think a lot of people view veganism as a trend because I don't know, I saw this tweet that like this girl was like, I think being vegan is like being in a sorority. But you just develop like such a love for it and like such a passion that you just want to like tell everybody like, oh, I'm in a sorority, like Greek life, like I don't know these letters, whatever. But yes, I think it is very trendy, and I think a lot of people think of it as like a diet rather than a lifestyle, like a low carb diet, like the Atkins diet. Like, oh, low carb, don't ever do that. Don't ever go low carb, don't do it. Oh my God, it's like a recipe for disaster. I mean, I feel like people don't really understand it, that think of it as a trend. They just think of it as a regular other diet, but a lot of people go vegan for like environmental reasons, ethical reasons, health reasons, yes, but there's just like a lot more components that make up veganism than just like a diet. So I think a lot of people do think it's trendy, but it's not a trend, it's a lifestyle. And how many benefits being okay, so there are a lot of benefits that come with being vegan, like saving the environment, like just your part. Like a lot of people want to help the environment and they want to like do their part in the world to conserve water and all this stuff, but they don't like make the connection like on their plate is like that steak on your plate is like equivalent to showering like for like a month straight. I don't know, just like statistics like that, and no one really gets it, but they don't make the connection because cutting out meat out of your diet is like a huge lifestyle change. Like no one really likes change that much to do it. So I don't know, like just watch Forks Over Knives, watch Cowspiracy, watch Earthlings, 101 Reasons to Go Vegan, the best speech you'll ever hear. Like just educate yourself on it and you'll understand like how good it is for the environment and for like your health and all that stuff. Do you know anything about vitamins and supplements? Are vitamins at a vitamin health store different from an over-the-counter vitamin you'll buy at CVS? Are some better than others? Are there important supplements to take? I do not recommend taking vitamins. I think that if you do take a vitamin or are worried about like being vitamin deficient, I guess you can go take one. Just make sure it doesn't have gelatin in it. But you can honestly get all the vitamins and nutrients you need from fresh fruits and vegetables. Just incorporate variety into your diet and you should get all the vitamins that you need. Just make sure you're eating enough of them, because if you don't eat enough, you're not going to get all the vitamins. So just make sure you're incorporating a lot of colors into your diet, a lot of fruits and vegetables, a lot of whole plant foods, and I don't think a vitamin should like really do anything for you. I don't know the difference between buying it in a health store and like buying it at CVS. I think it's like kind of the same thing, but I don't know, I'm not a professional, so don't quote me on that. I think that you should supplement B12 if you are like vegan or vegetarian. It's not really that important, but if you are worried about it, I would look into a B12 supplement. I don't think you really need to worry about being vitamin deficient if you're just eating enough, like eating the right kinds of foods and incorporating like a lot of different kinds of foods into your diet. How do you get past the mental thinking of junk food tastes good? Chips, fries, cheesecake, cake, bread, candy bars. I think you can make a point. I don't know, I think she worded that wrong, but like how do you just get past like the mental craving for junk food? Sugar, processed and refined sugar is very, very addictive. I actually did a blog post on that via my website. You can go check it out if you want, and subscribe to my newsletter. Do that. But yeah, if you consume refined and processed sugar, it's actually very addicting. It's almost as addicting as cocaine. It has like that like effect on your brain. It like releases dopamine or some kind of like chemical in your brain that makes you want it more. So if you just like swap out like processed sugars with like natural sugar, I think that you would be okay. I just think that like if you stop eating it, your body will stop craving it. I actually experienced that before when I was like going through binge eating and emotional eating, and I would like use food and like sugary food and like greasy, oily food to like just make me feel better. So I just think that if you limit your intake of it like a little bit and like cut it down to like almost zero, then you should be fine. Your body will stop craving it. It happened to me So I can vouch for that. Like, I stopped craving it after I like swapped it with fruit sugar and like just stopped eating it. And yes, you'll go through withdrawals like any kind of like drug there is. I went through withdrawals. If you just stop eating it after a while, your body will stop craving it and you'll be okay. How should I balance my macros for building lean muscle? Just out of curiosity, what vegan foods would help me towards that goal? Okay, well, beans and rice is a complete protein, and I think that's like very essential in your diet. You should always have a complete protein to get all your essential amino acids. Like, combining different foods that are like really good for you will help you get your protein intake that you need. I recommend a macro calculator online, according to like your BMR and all that stuff. I actually have a video on how to calculate your macros, so you can go check that out. I'll put the link in the description below. What vegan foods help me get to that goal? I just recommend eating like lots of beans and legumes to get your protein intake. You can also supplement a protein powder. I do that post-workout. I mean, I don't supplement like my protein because I get enough of it, but if you're trying to build like lean muscle, I recommend that you eat enough and like eat the right balance of like fats and stuff. I don't recommend high carb, low fat if you're like training for something. I just recommend like eating whole foods, like making sure that you're like eating enough to fuel your body in order to like build muscle, maintain a lean figure, burn fat, all that kind of stuff. Thank you for all of your questions. I really appreciate it. I look forward to doing more Q&As in the future. See you guys next video. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel.